The Super Mario Bros. Movie is here, and once again, critics and fans are divided. But does a movie like this really deserve to be so heavily criticized? And have these critics even played Nintendo? Let's talk about it. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Jones Vibes. If you're new to my channel, I talk about all things movies and television, and it's also a great place for me to come out of my shell. But today we are talking about the new movie from Illumination and Nintendo, Super Mario Bros. If you're worried about spoilers, here's your warning, and I'm also going to be rating this video here in a little bit, so stick around. But I was really curious when I saw that they were making a Super Mario movie. The last one I saw wasn't the best, but it's also surprising that nothing has been made with this IP ever since. I just feel like Nintendo and their characters are so freaking massive, and so the opportunity to kind of capitalize on all that is ripe for the taking. Especially now that a lot of us gamer nerds have grown up. But you know, I saw the reviews heading into this, and so I saw that it was a little bit divided between the critics and the fans. I typically fall somewhere kind of right in the middle, but maybe leaning more towards the fan rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So seeing that that was a bit higher got me a little excited, but I'm not the biggest Illumination fan. I find the Minions movies a little annoying, and as much as I love Steve Carell, Despicable Me just wasn't for me. So I trusted that I'd be enjoying the characters, but I just didn't know if I would enjoy the movie itself. But as the credits rolled in the movie theater, I was sitting there with a big ol' smile on my face. This movie was a ton of fun. The story was definitely rushed in the first half of the movie, but you know, I wasn't expecting Christopher Nolan's Mario here, you know? And the voice actors that they got for these characters, these iconic characters, I'll admit, were pretty perfect. Obviously, there was the whole uproar of Chris Pratt, and how was his Mario voice gonna be? Was he gonna say, wahoo, or wahoo? I was sitting there like, personally, I don't give a shit. But seriously, I'm happy that they decided to just kind of make them have a normal American accent, but be from a strong Italian family in an Italian neighborhood in Brooklyn. It made it so everyone wasn't scrutinizing every single thing he said the entire time, and that definitely worked for me. I thought that Charlie Day was fantastic as Luigi. You can't really go wrong with his high-pitched voice. It's so distinct, and it fit the character so well. And with those two, I actually found myself kind of tearing up at a couple parts just with that brother storyline. Obviously, it's called Super Mario Brothers, but somehow that flew right over my head, and I just kind of forgot that we'd be working with a family dynamic here. I liked how the entire story was focused on them, and nothing can go wrong as long as they're together. That was a beautiful message. But then we had Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, which was iconic. I don't know if y'all saw what she wore on the red carpet to the premiere, but it made me love her in this role even more, and you could tell that she was just having a great time. And then the fan favorite, Donkey Kong, was voiced by Seth Rogen, and it's not really like there was that much of a voice performance or voice acting being done. There was just Seth Rogen's voice, and Seth Rogen's voice is awesome, so. It was fine, and I enjoyed the comedy between Donkey Kong and Mario. I thought their relationship was pretty funny. Also, I haven't even mentioned him yet, but Toad, voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, was fantastic. Honestly, I think he was like my favorite character. I used to have a stuffed animal of Toad, and it's just really near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
But last, and certainly not least, the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ned Schneebly, who turned out to actually be Dewey Finn, and is also in a band with KG. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Black. And nobody can say enough about this man. He's just the best. Jack Black is the best. And his performance was deep. Literally, like he had to get into a lower register with his voice, and it was very deep. But the songs were fantastic, and I just thought that Bowser was a really good call for the villain of this first film. And this plot was great, you know, Bowser, the king of the Koopa Troop, he steals the superstar to take control of the world and starts his journey towards Mushroom Kingdom, to also ask Princess Peach for her hand in marriage. Then Mario and Luigi accidentally get sucked into this world through a drain pipe and then are split up. And so basically Mario goes on this big adventure in which he eventually stops Bowser with the help of his friends and saves the day. And also proves to his dad that he's good enough. And yes, that plot is very simple, but yes, it was very effective. There were also just so many cool moments throughout this thing. It's just so much fun to be watching these characters, and the way that they did it, you could tell it was done with so much love and passion to the video games and just to the character itself. A lot of those side screenshots were fun, where it felt like you're playing the original Super Mario, and then there was the Mario Kart stuff, and maybe even a little bit of Super Smash in there, I felt like, during the Donkey Kong fight. For me, the comedy was enough. I thought it was funny enough. I wouldn't say it was like overwhelmingly hilarious, but my favorite little bit was that blue little star thing that just kept talking about the empty void and the sweet release of death. Like, that was so funny. I also thought the music was fantastic. Brian Tyler went absolutely wild in this, and it worked. There are so many little musical cues and details in there that you can hear and also see throughout this film. It's just, there's a lot of Easter eggs, and it's a lot of fun. There's also so much room to grow with these characters. We got a little tease of that with that post-credit scene with the egg hatching, foreshadowing Yoshi. And I was actually a little bit disappointed because I was the only person that stayed in my theater until the very end. And I was like, hey guys, it's Yoshi. Does anybody? I care. But just thinking broadly, like, Nintendo has a massive opportunity here. Could they make a Zelda movie? Could they make a bunch of these movies and then have them like all connect in some like Super Smash Bros. Avengers Endgame level movie? I don't know, that's just an idea, but could be sweet. I'm sure there's a lot of ideas just kind of floating out there, and so I'm really excited about the future of this franchise. This movie did a good enough job just kind of paving the way and setting things up. But speaking of this movie, as always, I gotta give it my star rating. And after thinking about it, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars. And I'm not monkeying around here. But as always, what did you think about the movie? Are there any Easter eggs that I might have missed? Are you excited for the future? Please let me know down in the comments, and also if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I really do appreciate all the support that y'all have given me in 2023. It's been amazing, so keep coming back for more Jones vibes. And if you're not subscribed already, just do it! But that was Super Mario Bros. And now that a sequel has been teased, where do you see this franchise going? I guess we'll see.